Hey YouTubers, how's it going? Just a brief update before I talk about what I'm going to talk about. Didn't get anything done on the weekend. My son, oldest son Brad, was here with his kids, and had a sore back, so we ended up not doing any drywalling. Today, however, this being Monday, my youngest son Kyle and I went out to the garage and did a little bit. We got the little cardboard chutes up that stop the insulation from blocking the air circulation from the soffit up to the roof vents. Or got some vapor barrier up and one sheet of drywall up and another one's ready to be put in place. I just have to do a little more trimming. I trimmed it and didn't quite trim it as much as I wanted, so I'll get to that, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, the video I'm going to show, I shot this footage last week when I was having a bad day, having a down day, I should say. I had overdone working in the garage the day before, and I think that was the video that was titled Update on the Clutter or something. I think it was number 20. And it was the morning of when I recorded the snowblower information for Tommy Shoe, the wild-eyed northern boy. And I had not had a good night because of my MS and because I had overdone it the night before, the day before. So it kind of reflects one of the down days I have. Now, I understand people out there do have their days that are good and bad and indifferent. I have those too, but this one is because I overdid it the day before and I didn't sleep well, and I explain all of that in the video. But I wasn't gonna even post this, but talking to my wife, she said, well, you know, if you're kind of showing, a day in the life type thing, why wouldn't you show it? Because it's the truth. I'm having a bad day, and why wouldn't I share it with you? So I think it's part of it is a bit of pride that I don't want to show it, or didn't want to show it, and a little bit of privacy, but I'm going to show it anyway. And it's the way things go with me, and I've had days like this before, and I know I'll have them again, and I always get through them, and I'm doing fine now, other than my legs are a little bit tired tonight because I was out in the garage for a little bit. Anyway, gonna let you go, and here it is, a down day, a day in the life of someone with MS. Talk to you later. Hey YouTubers, how's it going? Not having a good day today. Overdid it yesterday with being on my feet working in the garage. And I know better, but I did it. See, one of the things I have with my MS is I have a lot of problems with leg pain. And been on my feet last night. By the time I did get in the house, my legs were hurting, and I know I had overdone it. And there's nothing that can do, because they just hurt. And so I got to bed last night, threw that video online. Might as well, because I worked on it till I don't know what time I posted at 1 o'clock or something. And I would have gone to, my brain is even going because that's my SFB happening too, which isn't helping matters. Anyway, I finally got to bed and couldn't sleep, and being a night hawk, I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning all the time anyway. But last night, I should say this morning actually, my legs were so sore. It's kind of a combination of extreme pain and nervous or restless leg syndrome. My legs, well, I kind of move my legs around in bed like I have restless leg syndrome because they hurt. Like even putting a blanket on over top, the weight of it hurts, and it makes for a really long night. And it probably took me till almost 6 o'clock this morning to fall asleep. And then when I finally did, I don't sleep well when my legs are that bad. So I couldn't get out of bed. And when I'm that bad, I start having dreams that are very vivid, realistic, like real. They're real. My mom has those too, and it's a blessing and a curse when you have dreams like that, because you get some incredible detail and they seem to go on forever. I have one particular dream, and I've had it over and over over the last several months. I usually have it 2-3 times a week. Haven't had it for a few months, but then I had it the other night, and it's like it's an endless loop of something. I'm working, doing something, and the results end up wrong. And no matter what I do, the next time I dream, I seem to try and change what the input is, or change what I'm doing to change the timing of everything. Kind of like that changing. It's kind of the Back to the Future type thing, where you change one thing and affect the future. But the end result is always the same. It's nothing like people getting killed or anything like that. It's just some trivial shit, but it's the same dream. And I'm gonna have good vivid dreams. I don't want reruns. Anyway, the dream I had last night was one of those very vivid dreams, and it was my wife and I moving into a kind of like a townhouse or something, and it was a really strange dream. And I'm trying to fit all my junk and my 7 or 8 cars here into a townhouse with one parking stall, and it was just, nothing was working. And it was one of those dreams that just goes on, and you can't wake up and get out of it. So I wake up and I'm exhausted, and I didn't get out of bed till 1 o'clock this afternoon because I was just so tired. And I woke up, and it took me probably 2 hours to even get going, because the pain in my legs was so severe when I woke up. Even normally they do back off if I'm if I'm sleeping. The pain finally eases off, and then maybe the next day I'm just really bagged. Well, I'm really bagged today anyway. But I woke up and the pain in my legs was so severe, I was nauseous, and that's when I know I overdid it. I know better, but it's kind of it's a hard thing to judge when I'm trying to do something. How far can I go before I adversely affect how I'm doing? And it really sucks, because any given day, feeling the same way going in, I cannot work the same amount that day. Some days I can't do half an hour, some days I can do 3 or 4 hours, and the day started off the same. So you can't really tell. And if I work until I'm too tired, then I'm fucked, like I am today. If I work till I'm tired, I pay for it. some days sometimes it'll wipe out a week, and so it's kind of one of those days I'm down, and when I get down a bit, I don't feel like doing anything. I'm in a grumpy mood. My temper gets short, and you know, I got nothing to be pissed off at. You know, I made great progress in the garage, and I've always been the optimist type, so I always look at the bright side of things, but sometimes you just can't, you know, no matter how hard you try. And when I get down like this, what happens is, another symptom of the MS is I start getting inappropriate what would you call it? You get kind of like mood swings, but they're kind of inappropriate emotions. That's what I'm trying to say. Give you an example. You're watching something on TV that's, you know, tragic. You're watching a news about you know, something that wasn't, you know, something terrible happening in the world, and you'll find something, you'll laugh like you thought it was funny, or you'll be watching something funny, like comedy, and you'll start crying. And I can usually hide it pretty good, and it might show up in the video today that, because I'm tired, that I'm fighting the crying emotion right now. Makes it hard. But look at the garage. I could get 2 cars in here if I wanted to. It's a little bit cool. The temperature above me here says it's about 36, so, and it's a damp because it's, you know, it's that melting shit again, so it's a little damp out here. So I might get a fire going. I'm not sure yet. I don't know how long I'm going to be out here. I know I can't overdo it because, you know, I'm paying for yesterday. And tomorrow I know I have to get up early and drive my wife into Winnipeg, into the city. She has a training course to go to. And where she's going, it's not easy to park, and she doesn't like driving in Winnipeg rush hour, so I gotta get up and drive her into town, and I gotta take the trailer with me, and I'm gonna go pick up the drywall and insulation I need. So I was gonna go today, but fuck it, I'll go tomorrow. I'm going into town anyway. So not much to report today. You know, I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit done, and I'll cheer up. I'm just tired. So I'll let's see what I can do to give an update. I think I'll just sit and sort tools. I got 3 or 4 boxes of tools and shit to sort, so I think I'll do that. And it's going to be one of those days that to save energy today. You know, I have a wheelchair and a power scooter for when I start having problems with my balance and my legs. And I think my power scooter's finally dead. I think I need a new one, or the batteries are screwed. But anyway, what I do in the garage is I'll use my wheelchair, and even though I'll use my legs to propel it along with my hands, I'm sitting. No matter what I'm doing, I sit and I just kind of roll around. And it saves a lot of energy, but you know, it makes it a little awkward getting around. When the garage was crowded, I couldn't get around, and kind of sucks. Boy, isn't this a bright, cheery one. I think I'm going to cut color quits on this one, and I don't even know if I'll post it. Because, you know, the way I feel is self-inflicted, and do I need to share that with people? I don't know. Talking about it, even talking to myself, you know, I guess gets it out, makes me feel better. But when you're just talking to yourself, it looks kind of stupid, so at least talking into the camera, it looks like I'm doing it for a purpose. Anyway, I took a look at what my son's car needs for a safety. He didn't come by last night. I thought he was going to, but it turns out he was out helping a friend buy a car. So I looked at what he needed on his car. It's a 92 Camry. 92 or 94, whatever. Anyway, the sway bar links are, one's broken, one's worn. It's got a rear control arm bushing that's coming apart, and I think there was one CV boot that was cracked. Other than that, it was just a couple of light bulbs. So, you know, the car has a couple 100,000 kilometers on it, and it was to be expected, and you know, the price was right. So it was my sister's car, and she drove it for a while till she got a new car, and then my brother-in-law got it. He always seems to get the hand-me-down cars from my sister, or always has, and he drove it for a few years, and then they were getting rid of it. He bought a new car a couple of weeks ago, so he basically said, yeah, just, you know, it's not worth a lot. Gave it to my son, which is good, because they needed a second car, and they're just, you know, they're just you know, they live out of town with his wife working in Winnipeg now, and he works in another town in Steinbach, so they go different directions. They can't exactly carpool, so they needed two cars, and they were getting by with borrowing one from my daughter-in-law's dad, but it was a high mileage Ford that the rocker panels were rusted right off of it, and so they really were relying on that, and it was needing, you know, it was getting to the point where it's on its last legs, and they didn't really want to trust it for a winter. So the timing of getting this car was just perfect, because they were just starting to look for it. And my sister and brother-in-law, they take immaculate care of their vehicles. You know, they're always kept, you know, really good. And my brother-in-law, knowing that it was getting close to getting rid of it, he wasn't going to do a lot to it. He kept it running. He put new tires on and a battery, and he had it checked when he had an oil change a couple, you know, 2 or 3 months ago, and I guess they didn't bother checking the side marker lights and stuff like that with the oil change, but they gave it a quick look over, and I think he had one CV boot done recently, but now it needs another one, and so stuff like that we can take care of. The worst thing is going to be doing the rear control arm bushings, but nothing we can't handle. The sway bar links will be easy. Oh, and one caliper isn't sliding. One front brake caliper isn't sliding. The slide is seized, so just a matter of cleaning it up. And I have caliper glide lubricant that works really well. It's actually a Ford product that I use whenever I do brake jobs on the calipers. And, so we'll take care of that. Might do it this weekend. And here 12, 13 minutes and I don't even have a clue what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I guess I say anyway a lot, and a lot of little idiosyncrasies that you notice in yourself when you start videotaping and then you're editing. You know, we have those little idiosyncrasies that we do, and don't know why, but we do them. There's another one, wiping my nose constantly. Lifetime of allergies does that to you. You get to doing it all the time because for only about 2 months of the year my allergies aren't in effect, and that's when everything's frozen. Okay, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to shut down. Now this is getting long enough to be a complete video on its own, so might not just be an update of what I'm doing. Later on it might just be a fresh video. It's hard to say. Catch you later.
Grandpa.